It's not a holiday feast without some homemade cranberry sauce. I'll show you how easy it is to make, plus fun and flavorful ways to customize the taste. Cranberries, they're a fall staple and they're packed with antioxidants and vitamin C. Have you ever wondered how they're grown? Let's find out. Whoa! They're mainly grown in the northern part of the United States. They're wet harvested in these bogs that are flooded with water. It makes it much more easy to collect and clean because they like to float on top. Then they head to the grocery store. They're available at the grocery store between October and December, so make sure to grab a couple bags to make cranberry sauce. Now that you're home, you can store it in the crisper drawer in the refrigerator for about a month. They will continue to darken, or you could put them in the freezer for up to a year. When you're ready to use them, make sure you sort out any really soft and squishy and bruised berries and discard them. Then give them a rinse. Washing with cold water will remove any dirt and debris. Now it's ready to use. Oh hey, can you bring the cranberry sauce this year? Oh hey, yeah, no problem. I'm at the store anyways. I'll grab a can. Oh wait, no, don't grab one of those. Oh, you've never made homemade cranberry sauce? Oh my gosh, it's so easy. Just come over and I'll show you. Oh, okay, I got it. I'll get the fresh berries instead. Here you go, I brought the fresh cranberries. Oh, perfect. Let's get started. All you need are 3 simple ingredients to make the base for any cranberry sauce. This is 12 ounces or about 3.5 cups of berries. They've already been washed and sorted. Then you need some liquid like water, apple juice, orange juice, cranberry juice, anything to just get the berries simmering and add flavor if you'd like. This is a 1/2 cup of liquid. You need at least that amount, but you could go up to 1 cup if you don't like it as thick. Cranberries are very tart, so you need a sweetener. This is a 1/2 cup of pure maple syrup, or you could use honey, or you could also use granulated sugar or brown sugar. I don't like my cranberry sauce to be overly sweet, but you can increase this to 3/4 to 1 cup of sweetener. To a saucepan or skillet, add the cranberries. If you are going to use a dry sugar like granulated or brown sugar, make sure to add about 3/4 cup of water to make up for that loss of liquid. Bring the mixture to a boil over medium-high heat. Give it a stir to dissolve the sweetener. Once you see the liquid start to boil on the sides, turn down the heat to medium-low. Over time, the berries are going to start to pop open. This is going to release the pectin into the sugar and water solution, making a thicker sauce. Just give it a stir every 5 minutes or so. It takes about 15 minutes to make the cranberry sauce. Wow, as you can see, the sauce is already starting to thicken and it's almost ready. There are so many ways to add flavor to the sauce if you want to try something different. I love to add a cinnamon stick and it makes your house smell so good while it's cooking. Wow, this is ready. It's so beautiful and easy to make. Now you can do it yourself. Now I like to keep the berries whole for my sauce because it's sort of like a chutney and grabs on nicely when you add it to your turkey. But if you'd like, use a hand immersion blender to make it more smooth. This helps to break down the skin of the berries for a smoother sauce. Wow, I never knew how easy it was to make homemade cranberry sauce. And now that I got the base down, are there ways to, switch things up and make it more tasty? If you don't want to use plain water, cranberry juice or pomegranate tastes really good. You could also use apple juice or apple cider or orange juice to give that nice citrus note. For liquid sweeteners, you can use pure maple syrup, honey, or even agave. Brown sugar adds a nice molasses note, or if you like a pure sweetness, go with granulated, or you can mix them together. To make this a sugar-free sauce, the Margaret has a lot of options like erythritol, allulose, stevia, and monk fruit blends. Now, if you really want to bump up the flavor of the cranberry sauce, there's so many ways you can do that. You can add in some warm spices like cinnamon, cloves, or allspice. If you have whole vanilla beans, just slice them open and add them to the pot. Or you could add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, but stir it in right at the end so that it still has a really good aroma and taste. For a little bit of pungency, either grate or mince up fresh ginger. I add about a tablespoon, or you could add about a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. I love the taste that orange or lemon zest adds into the sauce. It has essential oil, so it's gonna add a really nice, strong, lingering note. If you like fruit, dice up 1 cup of apples or pears and just saute them along with the sauce. You could even add dried chopped fruit like figs, some apricots, or pineapple. Chop up some fresh herbs like thyme or sage and even rosemary. Use 1 teaspoon fresh or a 1/3 teaspoon dried. Now if you really want to spice it up, add some hot chili peppers. You can do fresh jalapenos or serrano or dried. Just break these open, take out the seeds if you want, and toss them into the pot. One of my favorite new additions is adding some bourbon whiskey or rum. You need about a 1/4 cup if you're going to simmer it with the sauce, or 1 tablespoon if you just want to stir it in at the end. Thanks, Jess! That's a lot of great suggestions, and I'm definitely going to use some in my next batch. Have you ever tried making cranberry sauce in a crock pot? It's stress-free, minimal effort, and saves you space. Let me show you how easy it is to make. Add 12 ounces of washed and sorted cranberries, 1/2 cup of honey. You could also use maple syrup, granulated sugar, or brown sugar. I love the way citrus complements the cranberry, so I'm going to add orange juice, 1/2 cup. You could use water, cranberry juice, pomegranate, or apple as well. And if you're using fresh oranges, make sure to add the zest. This is about 1 teaspoon. This is going to add a lot of nice aroma and flavor to the sauce. Give the mixture a stir just to dissolve that honey into the orange juice. I'm using a 6-quart crock pot. It's really easy to double or even triple the recipe. I'm going to add a whole cinnamon stick to the pot. Make sure that it's submerged in the liquid. This is going to add those warm baked notes to the sauce and make your house smell really good. Now you can cook this on high setting for 3 to 4 hours or low setting for 7 to 8. Then just set it and forget it. It's been 4 hours. Let's check in on the sauce. Ooh. The long cook time creates a more concentrated berry flavor. It's going to be a dark burgundy color because it has more Maillard browning, giving more flavor to the sauce. The sauce will initially be thinner compared to the stovetop because you don't have that moisture evaporating, but you could just add the lid on and cook for about another hour. I actually like to serve this warm, but if you like it a little bit more chilly, just toss it in the refrigerator. The sauce will firm up more as it cools. Did you know that you can make cranberry sauce in an Instant Pot? It only takes 2 minutes to pressure cook. Let me show you how. For the system to properly pressurize, you need at least 1 cup of liquid. So I'm doubling the size of the batch of the cranberry sauce that I usually do. Add 24 ounces of fresh cranberries or 7 cups. Add your sweetener of choice. I'm going with honey. Add 1 cup. Maple syrup or brown sugar are also delicious options if you like that caramel flavor. I'm going to go for a more orange cranberry flavor, so add in 1 cup of orange juice. This could be freshly squeezed or just grab a bottle from the store. Now add 2 teaspoons of orange zest. Let's give it a stir to dissolve the honey and make sure everything is combined. I'm going to add 2, not 1, but 2 cinnamon sticks. Add the lid and make sure it's on the sealing position. Manual high pressure for 2 minutes. It'll take about 10 to 15 minutes to fully pressurize, then you'll see the countdown. The pressure cooking is done, it's time to quick release. I like to grab my handy spoon, carefully remove the lid. Ooh, wow, this looks really good already. The cranberries have already popped and released their moisture and pectin, giving a thickened sauce. Now, if you want to thicken the sauce even more, there's a really easy way to do it. Press the Cancel Keep Warm button, then saute. The pot insert is going to start to heat up. On the saute function, this is going to help drive off any extra moisture, concentrating the sauce down. Just stir and cook for about 5 to 6 minutes. Now you have a nice and thick cranberry sauce. During the holidays, everyone should be able to enjoy a scoop of homemade cranberry sauce. If you're looking for a sugar-free or keto option, here's an easy swap. When you're at the grocery store, look for a sugar-free and keto sweetener. These could be erythritol or allulose, which is about 70% as sweet as sugar, and it's digested by your body differently, so it doesn't recognize it as sugar. Or high-intensity sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit. They're 200 to 300 times as sweet as sugar, so you just need a little amount. For this recipe, I use a blend. A lot of companies sell these blends as either powdered or granulated. I use the powdered because it dissolves really quickly into the cranberry sauce, but granulated could be used as well. I just use about 2/3 a cup instead of 1 cup because the powdering process makes a lot more volume, and this is much more dense, so you don't want to add as much. Add 12 ounces of washed cranberries to the pan. For the liquid, I'm going to use a half a cup of water. Typically, I would use juice to just add some more flavor. However, to keep it keto and sugar-free, you don't want to add any extra sugars. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of the powdered sugar-free sweetener. If you're using granulated sugar-free sweetener, use about 2/3 of a cup. For a hint of citrus, I'm adding freshly grated orange zest, but lemon works as well. Stir this all together to dissolve the sweetener. Then add in a whole cinnamon stick. This is going to add some nice spices without the sugar. Bring the mixture to a boil over medium-high heat. Once you see the liquid start to bubble and boil on the edges, reduce it down to a simmer to about medium-low heat. As the berries simmer, they're going to start to pop. This is going to release the pectin inside of the fruit, helping the sauce thicken up naturally. It'll take about 15 minutes to cook, just stir every few minutes. Wow, see how nice and thick the sauce has gotten? Now I'm going to add in a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. This is totally optional, but it adds a nice, depth of flavor and dimension to the sauce. And the vanilla complements the cinnamon. Now nobody has to miss out on cranberry sauce, and I bet you they won't even know it's sugar-free. Homemade cranberry sauce is a great recipe to make in advance. Store it in the refrigerator for up to 1 week or in the freezer for 3 months. Just defrost before you're ready to use. But you know what? If you have some leftovers, I have some ideas for you. Cranberry sauce doesn't just have to be enjoyed on Thanksgiving. You can use it in the morning to stir into a bowl of oatmeal, or add it to some puff pastry and make an apple strudel or apple turnovers. If you want to make it into an appetizer, make this crispy, ooey gooey baked brie. Just add the cranberry sauce right inside. If you're craving a turkey sandwich the next day, just mix it up with some mayonnaise to make a spread, or just add it right on the toast. Or if you're ready to start making some cookies, add them to these crispy, buttery Linzer cookies, or fill them into the center of these peanut butter and jelly thumbprints. Let me know your favorite way to use leftover cranberry sauce.